Hi, kNOwATAXIA Nation. I'm very excited to have a special guest with me today, Joel Sutherland from the National Ataxia Foundation. He's the development director. And I'm really excited to let Joel tell you about a brand new campaign that is going to start 2019 off with a bang. Joel, tell us a little bit about this new campaign.
Well, Dana, today we just launched the Joint Mission Bataan campaign. And, for people like, hey, what's that? Well, by way of a brief history lesson, the Bataan Death March was a march that was really forced on American and Filipino prisoners back in April of 1942. And there's some sources that indicate more than 75,000 soldiers were taken prisoner in a surrender at Bataan, which is Bataan is a peninsula in the Philippines. Now, this march of 63 miles was done 110-degree heat, quarter rations, and it was an estimated of 7 to 10,000 people died. And this year we have two gentlemen with ataxia that are going to take part in the Bataan Death March reenactment, which will be taking place in March in the desert highlands of New Mexico near the White Sands Missile Base.
Okay,
and
so it's
two gentlemen, Ed Brand, who's a member of our tri-state support group, and Mike Rosa, and Mike is former Army Special Operations, a member of the Tar Heel support group in North Carolina, are going to take part in this, help us raise some funds, build awareness, and hopefully energize our community. So I think we want to hear from them today, don't we?
Yeah, I think that I was going to just say, let's take a couple minutes and hear from them. We have a short clip from that.
I've always wanted to do the Bataan Death March when I was in the military, but I was always deployed.
The Bataan Memorial Death March is 26.2 miles walking in the New Mexico desert. And I said, that is a great challenge for me. That's something that's going to test me. It's going to motivate me to get in probably the best shape I've been in my entire life. There was one day in my life before I had ataxia. I said to myself, I've come to a good place. I've been very blessed with a great family, have a great job, I have a good education. I want to do something more in my life. And as luck would have it, I got ataxia.
Previous few years from last year, I was always having some medical issues with my legs, always being stiff or tight. And once I started this certain workout routine, things became better. I did some walks, and I said, I'm going for it this year.
I may have gotten this for a reason. Maybe there are other people that need that motivation. And if I can provide that motivation and an example, that's what I'm here for.
Wow, I'll tell you what, I'm really excited about those two gentlemen. You know what? They're very inspirational to me. I just go back to something that Ed said, and Ed said that he just always wanted to do something more, and then he ended up with ataxia. And so now this is his way to create some awareness and to raise some funds to fight this condition. And how awesome. Both of those gentlemen are really inspirational in that they are not being defined by ataxia, and they're fighting it every step of the way.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they've this opportunity presented itself early this year in I guess it was earlier last year at our conference in Philadelphia. I had met Mike DeRosa 2 years ago at our conference in Orlando. Great conversation, and I happened to get a call. Now, keep in mind, this is like 2-3 years later, actually. I got a call that said, hey, there's a gentleman down here by the name of Mike DeRosa that wants to talk with you. And I'm like, God, Mike DeRosa. I'm like, God, I met Mike a couple years ago at Orlando. And it was great to hear that, we wanted to connect, and went downstairs, and he started telling me how that year he had he decided he was going to walk in by himself in the Desert Highlands as a part of the reenactment of the Bataan Death March. And Mike gave us a check that day that he had raised for that walk. And he was committed to, he wanted to do it again. And we connected Ed and Mike together, and man, this is turning into something bigger than we had anticipated. So much enthusiasm for this campaign, certainly within the support groups, certainly here at the National Ataxia Foundation office, within our staff, within our board of directors, and we're really excited to get this off the ground. And I believe both Mike and Ed will be joining you sometime here in the near future on your podcast.
Yeah, they are going to be joining, and I'm excited to interview both of them to hear their perspective about this and how, they came to actually, want to do it. We heard a little bit from you about Mike's story, but I'm very curious to learn about Ed and how he decided to get involved. And I want to also let kNOwATAXIA Nation know that they can get involved too. I understand there are 4 different ways for them to get involved if they so choose.
Sure. Yes. And you know what? It's one of the things is, by all means, we would love to have people donate, but equally as important, is to share this message, share this story. Send it out. The most efficient and effective way to communicate right now is through email, is through Facebook, and to share this story and get it out. And as far as donations, if people want to give $5, $10, whatever, be a part of this. This is the first time that we at the National Ataxia Foundation have been able to really put forth a solid campaign here in the first quarter like this. We're staffed up. We've got the right technology. We have taken some big strides here in the last couple of years, and that's why we're so excited about getting this campaign off and running here today. And we've got 80 days between now and our conference banquet at the Flamingo Hilton. I guess it's the Flamingo now. I remember it as the Flamingo Hilton.
Yeah.
But at the Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas, where we're going to bring this all together at our banquet that night. And, we're just excited to get this campaign launched today. We hope your listeners will have the opportunity or take the opportunity to maybe make a donation, but also share this story with others. We had 2 gentlemen with ataxia walking 26.2 miles in the desert highlands of New Mexico.
It's pretty impressive.
It's a great story.
It is a great story. And anybody listening with ataxia knows what a big feat that is, to accomplish having ataxia. The other thing that I just thought of is we have a lot of support groups across the country, and they normally during their meetings will, take the opportunity to share information or to, watch different videos and different things like that. I know that there are several that had watched the Ataxian and, really got behind that. So this might be something that could be talked about at a support group meeting. And, we could get some energy in the support groups around cheering these guys on, and maybe even having the support groups make a short video of encouragement that we could share with the guys afterwards,
That's an outstanding idea for our support groups, Dana, to really get them involved and get engaged with this. It's a great one. We're really excited to see where this thing goes, and we've got 2 great guys taking part in this, very committed and motivated to a successful campaign. And we're hoping everybody will get on board with us and share this message. Donate if you can, but know that there's something going on 12 months a year at NAF to keep our mission in front of us. We're focused on it, and from our standpoint in the development department, to generate as many dollars as we can and as fast as we can for our researchers.
Yeah, that's fabulous. Joel, I want to thank you. I mean, this has been very informative. I look forward to having a couple of more of these throughout the year, just so that we can keep our kNOwATAXIA Nation updated on the things that NAF is working on. And congratulations to you, and thank you for all of your hard work and efforts in raising these very important funds and coming up with ideas for campaigns that we can use.
Well, no, thanks for having me, Dana, and for our listeners, if you have your phone handy and you wanted to make a donation, all you have to do is text JMB, and that stands for Joint Mission Bataan, to 71777, and you can make a donation. How's that?
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I'll make sure that, that gets shared as well. We'll link to that down below.
Very good. Thanks so much for having me, Dana.
Thank you, Joel. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
All right. And until next time, kNOwATAXIA Nation, we'll talk soon.
Thank you for listening in to the Did You Know podcast with your host, Dana Morrow. Please subscribe to this channel to hear all of the latest podcasts. We hope that this podcast has provided you with valuable information and inspires you to advocate for yourself and educate everyone in your circle. Remember, you are the expert and best spokesperson for your rare disease. Thank you.